Welcome back, boys and girls, to part C. Just as a quick review again with the vocabulary. Line symmetric, that's when you have both matching parts of a figure. They line up exactly on top of each other. And then the line of symmetry is the line or the fold in the middle of the object or shape. In the middle of the break, boys and girls, I decided, just as you can see, when I was talking about the two slices of bread. Now, on the insides of the bread, when we put them together like so, right? That is the line, that will become the line of symmetry once I do what? When I fold, look here, the both pieces of bread becomes line symmetric, okay? That's what I meant by that when I was just showing my hands versus just having the two slices of bread there. So two slices of bread, the same shape, size. When you put them together, that gives you a fold or a line of symmetry. And then when you put them on top of each other, that is your line symmetric, matching parts there. Okay, I just want to get that out the way. So look at what we have on our board here. Can anyone figure out why do I have these alphabets? Alphabet A, M, T, U, V, W, and Y. What does that have to do with line symmetric and line of symmetry? Okay, in this part, boys and girls, you all could pause it, and then you all could put this in your personal message in the Google Classroom and send, and send those responses to me, okay? All right, so now I'm going to move forward. These alphabets have a lot to do with our objective. We're talking about line symmetric and line of symmetry. These alphabets what have a vertical line symmetric. Vertical means straight up and down. If you all, you want to use a sports analogy, if you are a boy basketball player, a girl basketball player, when they say how good is your vertical, that means how high can you jump straight up from off the floor towards the basket. That's what we mean by vertical. Straight up and down. Okay. So if this has something to do with our objective of line symmetric and line of symmetry, which it does, and I say that making these alphabets, put them in the middle, put a vertical line in the middle of all those. And if that's true, if you fold these alphabets, once you put that line in the middle of each one of these alphabets, it should form a line symmetric or a shape that's exactly like on top of the other. So let's do that. So let me use this green one. So straight down the middle. And as you can see, if you fold that on top of one another, that becomes a line symmetric alphabet. Fold on top of each other. Look at the U. Put a vertical line straight down the middle. That's your line of symmetry. And then if we were to fold this U, that U will become line symmetric, meaning, as you can see, both sides are the same shape here. Just like alphabet A. When you fold them, side A and B are exactly alike. Okay? Let's look at capital letter B. If we do a vertical line of symmetry down the middle of this M, and what you would have as a line symmetric, side A and side B, when you fold them, they look exactly alike. That's your line symmetric. Capital letter V. If we put a vertical line straight down the middle of the V, A little crooked there, but bear with me. That would be your line of symmetry, and side A and B are line symmetric, meaning they both, when you fold them, they both would almost look like two what? Right, two triangles that are exactly the same size or shape. It's capital W, Y. If we put a vertical line along in the middle of this Y, you see it disappears a little bit, but of course, it will go on down as you, I'll put a little red line there and up there let you know. That's your line of symmetry. So when you fold it, what happens? Side A and B, when you fold it, are line symmetric. Okay? Capital T. You put a vertical line straight down it. And when you fold that, it would almost look like what? A right, very good, a right angle. So, line symmetric A, line symmetric B, when you fold them, it would just look like one right angle. And then finally, capital W. When you put a line down the middle of this W, that line becomes your line of symmetry, and part A and part B are line symmetry, meaning you fold them, it almost looks like what? Two V's or two ice cream cones. Once again, there I go again with my food analogy, boys and girls, right? Because I'm always thinking about something to eat. So, once again, what do we call this here? We call this our vertically symmetrical. And you can always go back at your leisure and pause that, but I want to make sure that you know what we're talking about there. Why we call it vertically symmetrical? Because we're talking about the line going straight up and down in the middle. That turns into your line of symmetry. And when we fold that object, both sides become the same there. Okay? All right. So now I want you to take a look at a few more alphabets. And when I put these alphabets up, boys and girls, I want you to tell your partner out in distant learning land, what do these alphabets have in common? All right, now, let's take a look at these alphabets. We have capital letters B, C, D, E, and K. So what do those alphabets have to do with our objective today in talking about line symmetric and line of symmetry? You think you know? Raise your hand out there in distant learning land. Okay. So at this point, boys and girls, you will pause it once again and you will put in your responses, send your response to me in your personal comment section, okay? All right, so now moving forward as if you all have done that, these letters here have what's called a horizontal symmetrical similarity. Now we said vertical meant straight up and down. Okay, so now our line of symmetry, I say it's going to be horizontal. Watch what I'm doing. Side to side. Look, vertical, straight up and down. We've done that with the other alphabets. Now we're going side to side and see how that goes with our line of symmetry and line symmetric. Okay, so if we go side to side, cut this B in half. And if we cut it in half, that blue line is the line of symmetry. And line symmetric, part A and part B, when you fold them, what happens? They both look exactly the same size and shape. So they are line symmetric. Capital letter C. Line symmetry goes horizontal, and if you fold it, part A and B, they too are line symmetric, meaning same shape there. Capital letter D. The red line is your line of symmetry. If you fold this capital D, part A and B, when you fold it, they too become line symmetric, meaning the same exact shape. Capital letter E. Go horizontal straight across with the E, and if you fold it, that red line of symmetry, when you fold these two, fold the E, part A and B are line symmetric. They too are the same shape. And then finally, capital K. Put a horizontal line across the K. That blue line is your line of symmetry. When you fold this K, what happens? Part A and B are what? Line symmetric. That means they both too have the same size and shape. Does that make sense? Okay. We're going to move forward, but I want you all in your leisure to pause and look at vertical symmetrical and horizontally symmetrical. I put that up there for you all to remember at a later date, boys, during this lesson. Okay? Okay. And then finally,